Hello guys, how are you doing today? Are you good? So this class we're going to talk about the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, okay? The General Assembly decided to observe 26 June as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Traffic as an expression of its determination to strengthen action and cooperation to achieve the goal of an international society free of drug abuse. Okay? So let's take a look at the verbs. We have to decide, to observe, to achieve, to support, to aim, to increase, to mark, to define, to recommend, and to prevent. Okay? Now we're going to go to the home practice. Home practice is on page 1598. Okay? What do you have to do? You have to rewrite the sentences in passive voice. Okay? So let's take a look at the answers. Number 1. A special session on gas was held on drugs by the UN General Assembly in April 2016. Number 2. An important milestone was marked by this special session. Number 3. Measures to address demand and supply reduction are recommended by the outcome document. Number 4. The areas of human rights, youth, children, women, and communities are also covered by the recommendations. Number 5. Due emphasis on proportionate, rational sentencing policies is put by the text. Okay? Junior, you have to circle all the verbs in the text. So we have decided, strengthen, achieve, supported, aims, raise, represent, observe, building, is, listen, help, grow, increase, based, held, marked, set, defined, taken, recommends, address, improve, cover, puts, and practices. Okay? Student master, you have to find sentences in the text in passive voice, and after that try to rewrite them in the active voice. Okay? So we have an example here that is supported each year by individuals, communities, and various organizations all over the world. So the active, individuals, communities, and various organizations all over the world support the International Day Against Drug Abuse each year. The second example. It is an initiative to increase support for prevention of drug use that is based on science. The active, science bases on an initiative to increase support for prevention of drug abuse. Passive, political declaration and plan of action on international cooperation towards an integrated and balanced strategy to counter the world drug problem, which defined action to be taken by member states as well as goals to be achieved by 2019. The active, member states defined to take an action as well as to achieve goals by 2019. Okay, so let's go to the review. This review, we're going to work with the passive voice, okay? And what's the passive voice? Is when we change the positions of the subject and the complement, okay? So the object of the sentence becomes the subject and the subject of the sentence becomes the complement, okay? What do we have to use? We always have to use the verb to be. That's going to be changed according to the subject of the passive voice and according to the verb tense of the structure. And the main verb will always go to the past participle, okay? Now, what we have to make importance here is the case of the subject, okay? The subject of the active voice can be taken out from the passive voice if we have three scenarios. If the subject is obvious, if the subject is unknown, and if the subject is well known by society. Okay? In those three scenarios, you don't need to put by the subject. Okay? So let's take a look at the examples. We have the first example. Scientists will find the cure for many diseases. So in the passive, we have the cure for many diseases will be found. Okay? In this case, we didn't use by the scientists. Why? Because it is well known. Okay? Second situation, governments all around the world built new hospitals this year. And in the passive, we have new hospitals were built by governments all around the world this year. Okay? Guys, if you have any problems, don't forget to come to our live classes to clear out your doubts. Subscribe the video, leave the comments below. It was a pleasure to be with you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.